Okay guys, so now you've got a brilliant view of my wardrobe door, and hopefully my computer is gonna make less noise so you'll be able to enjoy this video, because the first one, the introductory one, had too much noise in it. Okay, so we're talking about people that are fake friends and we should cut them out of our lives, and I want to talk about the broad categories. Okay, so I think you should write this down. You get the jealous, vindictive individual, jealous/vindictive individual. You can have the manipulative/sly person. You could have the blatant user/liar. You could have the needy drama queen or drama king, or you could have a bonus category. You could have a person in your lives that is all of the above. And after you watch these videos, if you realize that you've got people in your lives that are like this, they belong to the bonus category, just run. Okay, don't even think about it, just run. Run, run. There's no other way to put it. So, I know a lot of you might think, hang on, there are more types around. I mean, you just gave us those 5 categories. And I agree. But if you scratch below the surface, you will see that they're usually a combination of those categories. So you could have, for instance, the mega jealous person that ends up lying to you and eventually gets vindictive, as an example. Or you could have the manipulative person that didn't get their way, so they end up being vindictive. Or you could have a blatant user that got jealous of you and so tried out some form of manipulation. Or you could have a drama queen that is manipulative but secretly jealous. Or you can have a drama king that is really a blatant user and liar. Okay, so you see, you can, depending on the person, you can have different people have different personalities, and therefore, when they start exhibiting these types of behavior, there's something really wrong, and they're not your friends. So let me start by telling you something, because I think it's very important for people that are very sensitive to understand that you're not a bad person, you're not a judgmental person if you want to get rid of these people. Okay, you're not a bad person. You're just trying to protect yourselves. And I know that a lot of us suffer from guilt, and so they think, well, I mean, isn't it really rude when I start thinking that my friends are not good people? And I mean, who made me in charge? And when you come to think of it, I mean, we all have bad traits, okay? We all have bad personality traits. And I'm not here to tell you that you need to be 100% judgmental and, not be introspective and not look at your own faults and just find fault with everybody else. Okay, that's not my aim. But there comes a time that you really need to be honest. Honest with yourself and honest with the other person. So when you do recognize that somebody is not a real friend, you're not doing yourselves any favors by holding on to a relationship, an interpersonal relationship that is bad for you. You don't need to argue with them. You do not need to get aggressive. You do not need to sit them down and call them names and tell them, you're horrible or whatever. Depending on how assertive you are, there are various things you can do, and we're going to talk about this. But you can protect yourself. And when you have information is a very powerful weapon. So you need to be aware of who's in your life. You're not a bad person. Another point is, just because some people are your family, okay, or just because you've known them forever, that does not make them your friend. And I know that a lot of people have troubles understanding this, myself included. How can a family member or a friend from high school or a friend from school not like me? I mean, I've known these people for ages. Doesn't it go with the territory that if I've been, seeing this person, going out with this person, socializing with this person for years, that they like me and that they're my true friend? I mean, no. Unfortunately, maybe things should be like this, but they're not. Just because a person is related to you or just because you've known them forever, it does not necessarily make them a good friend. Okay, so another thing is, you might have recognized already some people that you think are bad news, but you're afraid to get rid of them because they seem to have a hold on you. Okay, for example, at work, certain colleagues, you really don't want to socialize with them anymore, but they know things about you. They could cost you your job, okay? Or, you've been friends with this girl or with this guy forever, and they know your dirty secrets, okay? Nothing to be ashamed of, and you're afraid that if you cut them out of your lives, then they're going to spill the beans, and they will embarrass you, or, you won't be able to handle it. Now, this is a legitimate concern, okay? This is something that one should not make fun of, because there are people that accumulate information from you, and then when you try to get rid of them, they will retaliate. So this is what we're going to talk about, what you can do with these people in another video, because it's something very, very important. But if you don't get to watch any of the other videos, as a first step, do not let them know that you are aware of how manipulative or nasty they are. If they know things about you and they can use it against you, pretend that you're still their friend. And by that, I do not mean being used. I do not mean, going out for drinks with them. Just do not get angry or do not get shocked, and do not show it to them in a way that, it demonstrates that you're sick and tired of them and you just can't stand them anymore, because they will retaliate. People like that will retaliate. So we're going to talk about this later. Another point is that you can definitely survive and you can definitely be happy without friends. And I know that a lot of you don't believe this right now, and I didn't believe it, but you can. You can. Because if you surround yourselves with people that do not care about you, and they cause you a lot of trouble, and they hurt you, then basically your life is deteriorating instead of improving. So you can't survive without friends. Another thing is, you are not stupid. If you're in the habit of blaming yourselves for everything, and if somebody has just backstabbed you or has caused you a job or a boyfriend or whatever, you are not stupid. You really aren't. I mean, you need to stop blaming yourselves for making those choices, because we're all different and we all have different needs. And as I said before, it depends on your upbringing and it depends on the situations. And sometimes people make mistakes because they don't have enough experience. Okay? Some of us do want to believe that people are actually good, and we make mistakes, but we're not stupid. You should stop calling yourselves stupid if you realize that you have accumulated false friends. It's not stupidity, okay? And you're not naive. A lot of people use the word naive. You're so naive. You should have known. Actually, no. You shouldn't have known. Because, the brain works in different ways, and you need to have a certain level of experience before, you can make informed choices. So if you haven't had that type of information, and you were not aware that these people could hurt you, and now you see that they could, there's no point in calling yourself stupid, because you're not stupid. If you knew, you wouldn't be socializing with them. Okay, so now this is out of the way. Again, 5 categories that we're going to talk about later, because I'm going to make a video now talking about the first category, the jealous friend.